So now, here's a great system that I use and other experienced attorneys use as well. When I take on a case, the first thing I do, if it's referred by another attorney, is I go ahead, prepare the documents for our retainer, and I also do the same for you. So this way, the only thing you have to do is sign the papers I send to you. The Office of Court Administration sends us back your postcard with your code on it, and we put it in our file. So at the end, again, we have that information. We don't have to trouble you. The really good attorneys, I find, have a system in place to keep you and the client advised of what's going on in the case at all times. And here's what I mean. When an attorney refers a case to someone else, the biggest problem arises when they ask, after months, what's happening on this case I sent to you? I haven't heard from you. I don't hear from the client. What's happening? And you lose trust, you lose faith. So the really smart attorneys do the same thing that I do, where they turn around and they have a system in place where, and I should tell you this, I speak to my clients every single month, whether something is happening on their case or not. And I do that for two reasons. I want to know how they're doing, how they're coping, what problems they're having, and I want to give them status updates on their case, even if nothing is happening on their matter, because it gives them the reassurance that I'm still on top of their case and know what's going on. Otherwise, the client is left to wonder, I haven't heard from the lawyer in months and months, I have no idea what's happening. They get into arguments with their family, with their friends. That's something you don't want to do. But as the referring attorney, you are copied on all correspondence, and you are encouraged to call the client on a regular basis to find out and keep in touch with them. Because remember, they're still your client. They still came to you with a problem. So now you're still talking to them, but at the same time, you're helping them through this other problem. So ask the attorney you're sending them to, listen, do you have a system in place that keeps me in the loop, that keeps the client in the loop? That's a really useful point, something you should keep in mind. Yes, sir?
Is there a requirement that the referring attorney do some of the work? Or is there something
Absolutely. The question is there a, no, I was just going to address that. The question is there a requirement that the referring attorney do some level of legal work to justify a fee? The answer is yes. So let me share with you what is considered to be some level of legal work. And that phrase is very left ambiguous for a reason. In the past, a lawyer could simply call up another attorney and say, hey, listen, I'm sending over Mrs. Jones to you. Do me a favor, you handle her case. And if they were successful, the attorney, if they were upstanding, they would send the attorney the referral fee. However, things have changed. And what is required now is that in order for you to justify a referral fee, you must do some level of legal work. What does that mean? Does that mean that if you consult with a client and formulate in your own mind the different possible legal claims, that's some level of legal work? There are cases that have said yes. If you obtain the client's medical records, is that considered to be some level of legal work? Many people would say yes. If you communicate with the client and with the attorney that you send the client to about what's happening on their case and discuss strategies and tips, is that considered to be some level of legal work? The answer is yes. So you are absolutely right when you ask the question, what do I need to do in order to justify some level of legal work to enjoy a referral fee if you are successful? That is something that I'm glad you raised because it is always, always required. Now, does anybody check on it? The reality is nobody really checks on it until there is an objection. Who raises the objection? Either the attorney who you sent the case to experienced a tremendous result and doesn't want to give you the referral fee, or the client says, and this is really important, I never authorized you to give the original attorney a share of the fee. Now when that happens, you've got a problem. Why is that? Because as part of your discussion with your potential client, you have to say to them, hey, Mrs. Jones, I'm going to send you to Mr. Oginski. He's an experienced attorney, and if we are successful, if he's successful with your case, because I'm sending you to him, he and I are going to be sharing one attorney's fee. Is that okay with you? And the clients will always say yes. But you have to tell them. And that should be in the retainer statement, indicating that the client consents and recognizes that you will be receiving a percentage of the fee if you're successful. And I, as the attorney who takes on the case, also have that obligation.